Chosen one, listen carefully. There was a time when you questioned why you felt so different. Why the dreams that visited you at night were not the same as those of the people around you. While others were content with the ordinary, you were restless. You couldn't settle. You couldn't quiet the whisper inside you. And now, here you are. Reading this, not by accident, but because you were meant to hear these words. What if I told you that the reason you always felt out of place is because you were never meant to fit? That the life you've been craving, the wealth you've been drawn to, the path you've been struggling to find, it was never missing. It was waiting for you to wake up. You've spent years wondering if your desires were wrong. You questioned whether the hunger inside you was a sin, whether wanting more meant you were greedy. But what if it was the exact opposite? What if that hunger was planted in you by God? What if you were chosen to carry something far beyond what the people around you can see? Chosen one, you've been lied to. They told you that wealth is dangerous, that wanting more is selfish, that you should settle, shrink, and silence your own voice to make others comfortable. But you were never born to be comfortable. You were born to rise. You were born to build. You were born to carry a weight that most would collapse under. And you know this. You've always known. You've seen the signs, the repeating patterns, the quiet urges to move, to grow, to step away from what everyone else calls security. You've walked through doors that no one else noticed. You've survived storms that would have crushed someone else. And through it all, you kept hearing the whisper, the one that said, there is more. You see, chosen one, the wealth that is forming in the unseen is not a reward. It is a responsibility. God is not choosing you to be rich so you can sit in luxury. He is positioning you to build something that will outlive you. He is entrusting you with the kind of wealth that heals, that restores, that transforms. And here's what no one told you. Wealth is not random. It does not fall into just anyone's hands. The billions that are chasing you are not chasing you because of luck. They are chasing you because you have been built to carry them. Your preparation may have felt like punishment, but it was precision. God was stretching your capacity, making you strong enough to sustain what others would squander. You didn't lose time. You didn't miss your chance. You've been in training. Every setback, every delay, every betrayal was shaping you. You were being sculpted in silence. The weight of what's coming required a version of you that didn't exist yet. But that version is rising now. Chosen one, you've noticed it, haven't you? The shift, the people falling away, the opportunities aligning, the strange coincidences that feel like divine confirmations, the numbers that keep showing up, the dreams that wake you at night. All of it has been pointing you here, to this moment, to this realization. What if you were never chasing billions? What if billions have been chasing the version of you who is finally ready to receive them? The healed you, the whole you, the one who no longer apologizes for dreaming big, the one who no longer shrinks to fit in. You see, the chosen ones are not driven by ego. They are driven by assignment. When you rise, you are not rising alone. You are carrying generations with you. You are funding silent prayers. You are breaking patterns that have kept your family in chains. You are restoring what was lost. And this is why your journey has been so hard. The higher the calling, the heavier the process. Others may have climbed faster, but you are being built to last. You are not rising for applause. You are rising for alignment. You are stepping into the divine plan that has been written over your life since the beginning. Chosen one, the wealth is not coming to change you. It is coming to reveal you. You've always been this person, the visionary, the leader, the architect. But life tried to bury you under limitation, under survival, under small thinking. But you could never silence that whisper. No matter how hard you tried, it kept pulling you. And now you know why. You were sent to this earth to build what no one else could see, to fund what others deemed impossible, to lead where others only followed. You are not here to survive. You are here to govern. You are here to create systems that outlast your lifetime. You are here to restore what greed destroyed. You've noticed how the world seems to reward those who exploit, those who manipulate, those who chase wealth without purpose. But what if the reason you feel so called to abundance is because you are the one who will do it differently? What if your billions are not for your comfort, but for your calling? You've seen injustice. You've walked past people in need and felt a deep ache in your chest. You've watched as resources stayed locked in the wrong hands. And deep down, you've said, if I had it, I would use it differently. That wasn't just a passing thought. That was your assignment speaking. That was your soul remembering what it came here to do. You see, wealth in your hands becomes medicine. It becomes movement. It becomes freedom for those who are still trapped. This is why God has been so careful with your process. He will not release that level of wealth into hands that are not ready. But you, chosen one, you are becoming ready. Do not let the waiting fool you. Do not let the delays convince you that you have been forgotten. You are being positioned with precision. The right connections, the right timing, the right opportunities. They are not being built, they are being revealed. And they are waiting for the version of you who knows that money is not the destination. Money is the vehicle. Your vision is sacred. That idea you can't shake, that solution that won't leave you, that pull toward building something meaningful, that is not a coincidence. That is God speaking directly to your spirit. That is the blueprint you are sent here to activate. But let me be honest with you, chosen one, this path is not easy. It can feel lonely. People will not always understand why you move the way you do, why you dream so big, why you refuse to settle. Some will call you greedy. Some will call you unrealistic. Some will walk away. Let them. What if the restless fire inside you was never meant to burn quietly? What if your hunger for more was not rebellion but remembrance? Chosen one, this is your confirmation. You were never sent here to settle. You were sent to rise. And your rise starts with owning your voice. If these words awaken something ancient in you, don't scroll past. Subscribe now, because this space was designed for visionaries like you. And comment, I refuse to settle, below, not for applause, but as a declaration that your time to lead has finally arrived. You were not called to fit in. You were called to build. You were not chosen to chase comfort. You were chosen to create change. And change is never birthed in comfort zones. It is birthed in the tension, in the stretching, in the moments where you question everything, but keep moving anyway. You've been through enough to know that you can survive without billions. You've learned how to make do with little. You've learned how to rise from nothing. But now, it's time to learn how to govern much. It's time to step into the next version of you, a version who is trusted with more. Chosen one, the world does not need more billionaires who hoard. It needs billionaires who heal. It needs billionaires who understand that wealth is a language, a tool, a sacred key that opens doors generations thought were locked forever. And you carry that key. The whispers you've been hearing are not random. They are not wishful thinking. They are ancient instructions. You made a promise long before you arrived here, a covenant that you would show up fully, that you would build fearlessly, that you would not trade your vision for validation. So, now is not the time to shrink. Now is not the time to doubt. Now is the time to remember who you are. You've been building quietly. You've been healing privately. You've been preparing when no one was watching. And now, the shift has begun. Doors will open. Alignments will form. Provision will appear, not because you chased them, but because you became the version of you that they were waiting for. You are not becoming the chosen one. You already are. You are always chosen. You are always marked. The struggle was never a sign that you are on the wrong path. It was proof that your path was weighty enough to attract resistance. Chosen one, the wealth is already yours. Not because you forced it, but because you aligned with it. And when you walk like you know this, life will not respond to what you wish for. It will respond to what you embody. So rise now. Not like you are waiting to be approved, but like you've already been sent. Walk now. Not like you are asking permission, but like you've already been assigned. Build now. Not like you are chasing a dream, but like you are remembering your destiny, because you are the chosen one. And this is just the beginning. Chosen one, if these words have reached your ears, understand, it's not random. You were drawn here because your spirit remembers. You may have tried to forget. You may have silenced the voice for years, but the calling never left you. And now the signs are louder than ever. Look back for a moment. Think of the times you stood on the edge of something bigger, but felt paralyzed by doubt. Think of the times you wanted to dream, but fear gripped your throat. You wondered if you were crazy, selfish, reaching too high. But chosen one, what if those fears were never yours to carry? What if they were placed upon you by a world afraid of what you would become fully awakened? You see, the hunger for more impact, more freedom, more influence was never ego. It was encoded in you before your first breath. You've always seen life differently. You've questioned what others accept. You've seen solutions where others saw walls. You've refused to accept mediocrity. That wasn't rebellion. That was revelation. And yet, even with all that vision, life hasn't been easy. In fact, being chosen often means walking through fire before you ever taste favor. You've endured silence, rejection, betrayal. You've watched others rise quickly while your breakthrough felt delayed. But chosen one, delays are divine when the weight of your assignment is this heavy. Let me be clear, the billions assigned to your future are not coming to comfort you. They're coming to challenge you, to reveal you, to position you as a steward, not a collector. Wealth in your hands is not for status. It is a sacred tool, a responsibility wrapped in gold, a mission, disguised as money. Have you noticed how the world worships money but fears responsibility? How they chase wealth but reject the process that sustains it? You've seen it. You've watched people crumble under the very success they prayed for. But your journey has been different. You've been refined in silence, stretched beyond reason, tested beyond what seemed fair. And now you understand why God doesn't release divine wealth into unprepared hands. And your preparation, your trials, your tears, your unanswered prayers, they were not punishment. They were alignment. And now, as the walls of limitation crack, as the doors of opportunity creak open, your spirit knows it's time. But before you step forward, hear this: wealth does not change who you are. It amplifies who you've become. That is why your process had to strip away pride, purify motives, ignite vision. So when the billions arrive, you don't just build businesses, you build legacies. You don't just accumulate assets, you activate destiny. Chosen one, you may feel like the world doesn't understand you. You may feel isolated, misunderstood. But isolation is preparation. The loudest callings are often birthed in the quietest seasons. God hid you not to harm you, but to hone you. He concealed you not to punish you, but to preserve you. And now, your season of hiding is ending. Your emergence is near. But before the external shifts, the internal must align. You cannot carry the weight of global wealth with a fractured identity. You must walk in wholeness. You must move like one who knows they were chosen. Look around. Can you feel the shift? The strange alignments, the unexpected confirmations. Divine timing that can't be explained logically? It's not coincidence. It's code. It's your assignment finding you. And here's what you must remember: this wealth, this influence, this visibility, it's not about you. It's about the mission. You were chosen not to rise above others, but to lift them, to fund the dreams buried by poverty, to rebuild what greed destroyed, to create systems that nourish instead of exploit. And chosen one, understand, when you carry wealth with integrity, the world will notice. Some will admire you. Some will misunderstand you. Some will attack you. But none of that can touch what's been written over your life. You were not sent to seek applause. You were sent to execute assignment. Your mansion is not a monument to your ego. It is a base of operations for your mission. Your influence is not for vanity. It is for visibility, to shine light where darkness has reigned. Your billions are not for indulgence. They are for impact. But hear me now, chosen one before. The billions arrive physically. They manifest spiritually. Your mindset, your frequency, your alignment, they are the magnets that draw provision. You do not chase money. You become the version of yourself that money chases. And that version, the healed, whole, unapologetic you, is emerging now. If this resonates, if your spirit recognizes these words as truth, I invite you to take a simple but powerful step. Type "I'm ready" in the comments. Not because the words themselves hold magic, but because your agreement with your destiny activates movement. Chosen one, the universe responds to readiness. The moment you stop doubting your calling, provision accelerates. The moment you release fear, favor flows. The moment you remember who you are, resources locate you. So comment now. Declare your readiness, not for ego, not for applause, but for alignment. This is how you synchronize with the divine blueprint unfolding over your life. And as you type those words, feel the shift. Your frequency is rising. Your atmosphere is aligning. The people, the platforms, the opportunities, they are not in your future. They are already orbiting your assignment. They are already searching for the version of you who knows this isn't ambition. This is obedience. Chosen one, let me remind you, the wealth that awaits you isn't fragile. It isn't fleeting. It isn't fake. It's fortified. It's protected. It's promised. And the delays you faced have been divine filtration, ensuring that only those who are pure in heart, clear in vision, strong in spirit, rise with true abundance. You are one of those few. You've been tested. You've been tried. You've been refined. And now you are being revealed. The billions are not the beginning. They are the evidence, the manifestation of a promise made long before you arrived in this lifetime. You are not new to this journey. Your soul remembers. Your spirit recalls. Your destiny is ancient. And now, finally, your life is catching up to your calling. Stay with me, chosen one. There is more to reveal. There is more to unlock. The next part of this message will awaken a truth you've been waiting your entire life to hear. We're just getting started. Chosen one, let me tell you a secret most will never hear. The wealth that's been calling your name, the billions forming in the unseen, they aren't random. They aren't luck. They are not the result of ambition alone. They are the echo of a blueprint God placed inside your spirit before your first breath. You've always known you were different. You've always felt the pull toward more. But every time you tried to explain it, they looked at you with confusion. They couldn't see what you see. They couldn't hear what you hear. And that's because the blueprint wasn't given to them. It was given to you. And the world will always fear what it cannot understand. But chosen one, you weren't sent here to be understood. You were sent here to lead. Think back for a moment. Remember those restless nights, the ones where sleep wouldn't come because your mind was filled with ideas, solutions, visions of a life far beyond your current reality. You tried to silence them. You told yourself to be grateful for what you had, but the whisper never left. What if I told you that whisper was your future searching for you? That every sleepless night, every aching desire, every inconvenient dream was divine instruction coded into your soul? Chosen one, your frustration was never a flaw. It was a signal. The hunger you feel for more is not greed, it's guidance. The dissatisfaction with average, the discomfort with settling, the rejection of mediocrity, that is your spirit rejecting a life that was never meant to contain you. The truth is, you were never designed to fit inside the box of survival. You were sent to create something that's never been seen, to build what others only dream of, to fund what others fear to touch. And wealth, the billions forming around your destiny, is the tool entrusted to you for that mission. But here's where most people misunderstand. They chase money like it's the prize. They believe wealth is the finish line. But chosen one, wealth is not the end. It is the beginning. It is the key, not the castle. It is the resource, not the reward. That is why your process has been so intense. That is why your journey has been heavy. Because God is not interested in giving billions to anyone. He is entrusting them to those who have been refined in fire, those who have been tested in silence, those who can carry influence without being consumed by ego. Look around you. You've seen what happens when the wrong people rise too quickly. Wealth without wisdom becomes a weapon. Money in unprepared hands destroys more than it builds. But wealth in the hands of the chosen, it becomes medicine. It becomes movement. It becomes miracles. Chosen one, you have been entrusted with a vision that cannot be contained by small thinking. And though your circumstances may not yet reflect, your calling, understand the invisible always precedes the visible. The spiritual always manifests before the physical. That's why you felt the pressure increase. That's why resistance has shown up on your path. It's not to destroy you, it's to develop you. Every closed door, every betrayal, every delay has been a part of the preparation. And now, you are standing at the threshold of your emergence. But listen carefully. The billions assigned to you are not chasing your current version. They are chasing the version of you who has fully remembered who they are. The version of you who no longer doubts. The version of you who walks in alignment with divine timing, with sacred authority, with unwavering vision. Chosen one, the world doesn't need another wealthy person flaunting status. It needs a leader anchored in purpose. It needs someone like you who understands that every mansion is a mission, that every dollar carries destiny, that wealth is not for hoarding, but for healing. Have you noticed how your spirit never settles? How even in moments of temporary success, there's a deeper pull toward more. That's not discontentment. It's divine assignment calling you higher. You are not sent here to survive cycles of scarcity. You are sent to disrupt them, to break the generational patterns of lack, limitation, and loss, to fund the impossible, to rewrite what abundance looks like. And the resistance you faced? It's been confirmation. The opposition didn't show up because you're weak. It showed up because you're dangerous to the systems that profit from your silence. But chosen one, you're done being silent. You're done shrinking to make others comfortable. You're done explaining your dreams to people who are never meant to understand. This is your season to rise, not for applause, but for assignment. Not for status, but for strategy. Not for power, but for purpose. And let me be clear, the billions assigned to you are not waiting for perfection. They are waiting for alignment. They are waiting for the version of you who owns your vision unapologetically, who stops negotiating your calling, who stops diluting your destiny. You don't have to chase opportunities. When you become who you are sent here to be, opportunities recognize you. Money responds to clarity. Wealth flows to those who understand responsibility. Chosen One, your presence is already shifting atmospheres. Your energy is already attracting resources. Your alignment is already drawing the partnerships, the platforms, the provision. But before you step further, hear this: the calling on your life requires capacity. The billions coming to you will magnify everything within you. That's why your character had to be shaped first. That's why your motives had to be purified. That's why your vision had to be tested. And now you're ready to build. You're ready to fund what others fear. You're ready to create spaces of healing, of hope, of restoration. But this isn't just about money. It's about mission. It's about becoming the version of yourself who can carry wealth with wisdom, power with purity, influence with integrity. And Chosen One, you're closer than you realize. The signs have been increasing. The synchronicities, the confirmations, the divine nudges, they're not random. They're reminders. Reminders that the blueprint within you is awakening. Reminders that your time is near. If you've felt this, if your spirit knows these words are for you, I invite you to align with your assignment now. Type "I remember" in the comments. Let the universe, let heaven, let your own spirit hear your agreement. Because Chosen One, remembrance activates reality. The moment you align with your true identity, provision accelerates. Doors open, favor flows, wealth responds. You are not waiting on billions. Billions are waiting on you to remember who you are, to rise as the healed, whole, unapologetic version of yourself, to walk as the Chosen One you've always been. So declare it now. I remember. Say it not for ego, but for alignment. Say it not for applause, but for assignment. Your destiny has been waiting for this moment. And Chosen One, this is only the beginning. Stay with me. There is more. The next part will reveal why the world has resisted your rise and why nothing can stop what's already been written over your life. We are only getting started. Chosen One, let me tell you why the life you tried to force yourself into never felt like home. Why the jobs, the routines, the conversations drained you. Why no matter how much you tried to convince yourself to settle, you couldn't. It wasn't pride. It wasn't rebellion. It was recognition. Deep down, even when you doubted yourself, your spirit knew you were never sent here to blend in. You weren't designed for smallness. You weren't created to follow paths built for people without vision. That frustration, inside you, the one that made average feel suffocating, it wasn't weakness. It was your soul remembering the blueprint hidden beneath your skin. You've always been different. You've seen the world through a lens most people can't access. You've dreamed of more, not just for yourself, but for those forgotten. You've carried the burden of questions most ignored. And still, you tried to settle. You tried to silence the voice. You tried to shrink your vision to fit their reality. But Chosen One, your spirit refused. That refusal was not defiance. It was destiny, protecting you. The discomfort you felt was proof you're meant to disrupt, not conform, to rebuild, not repeat, to rise, not blend. The world told you to be realistic, to be safe, to stay small. But your assignment demands more. Your calling requires space to expand. Your vision can't breathe in cages built for survival. You are never sent here to survive. You are sent to govern, to lead, to fund movements that shift generations. That's why your life never aligned with mediocrity. That's why no matter how hard you tried, your heart rejected comfort zones disguised as security. Chosen One, the blueprint within you cannot be silenced. The wealth assigned to you isn't for indulgence. It's for impact. It's for those who've been waiting for someone brave enough to carry what others fear. And you are that someone. You've been hidden. You've been prepared. You've been tested. And now your emergence begins. But hear me, the billions are drawn to alignment not hesitation. They're chasing the version of you who no longer doubts, who no longer apologizes for dreaming beyond what's considered reasonable. You've felt the shift, haven't you? The people falling away, the opportunities aligning, the doors opening where walls once stood. It's not luck, it's readiness. Your refusal to settle was never weakness, it was wisdom. It was your soul protecting the sacred blueprint only you carry. Chosen one, if these words speak to you, anchor your agreement now. Type "I refuse to settle" in the comments. Declare it not for applause, but for alignment. The world needs your rise. The wealth is waiting. The mission is unfolding. Stay ready. Stay with me. The next part will reveal why your delays were never rejections. They were preparation for the greatness already written over your life. Chosen one, I know you've asked the question more than once. You've wondered why it's taken this long, why the breakthrough hasn't arrived yet, why the doors stayed closed while others around you seemed to rise. You've prayed, you've worked, you've done everything you knew how to do, and still the waiting continued. But hear me now, the delay was never punishment. It was preparation. You see, chosen one, when you carry the kind of destiny you do, when you are assigned to wealth not just for yourself, but for nations, for systems, for generations, the preparation must be different. The process cannot be rushed. The foundation has to be unshakable. That's why your journey has looked different. That's why you've been misunderstood. That's why you've walked alone. Not because you were forgotten, but because you were being formed. Every closed door, every silent season, every moment of frustration, it all served a purpose. Heaven wasn't ignoring you. Heaven was instructing you. The waiting was never wasted. It was building you for what's coming. Chosen one, the billions assigned to your life, the wealth orbiting your destiny, they carry weight. And God doesn't place that kind of responsibility in unprepared hands. The world chases quick success, but heaven builds legacy. The world rewards speed, but heaven requires structure. You weren't called to temporary elevation. You were chosen for permanent transformation. That's why it's taken time. That's why you've faced delays. That's why the path has been heavier than most. But look closely, chosen one. You've changed. You've grown. You see differently. You hear differently. You discern differently. The lessons you've learned in the silence, the strength you've gained through the trials, that is your foundation now. And that foundation is what makes you ready. The billions aren't delayed because they're far. They've been delayed to align with the version of you who can carry them with wisdom, who can manage wealth without losing your mission, who can hold power without compromising your purity. Chosen one, wealth without character is a curse. Power without preparation is dangerous. Influence without integrity destroys more than it builds. But you've been prepared in silence. You've been refined in fire. You've been built to last. And now, everything that once seemed against you is working for you. The people who left, they made space for the right ones. The doors that closed, they protected you from distractions. The delays you hated, they developed you. Chosen one, hear me, the delay was never a denial. It was a design. It was heaven orchestrating your alignment. It was the universe shaping your readiness. And now, you feel the shift. You sense the acceleration. The doors are creaking open. The atmosphere is responding. Opportunities are locating you. It's not coincidence. It's confirmation. Your wealth isn't running from you. It's running toward the version of you who finally remembers. You are always chosen. You are always assigned. You are always meant to rise. The billions aren't a reward for surviving. They are a responsibility for becoming. You've been becoming in silence. You've been preparing behind the scenes. And now, heaven is revealing what's been hidden. But hear this, the tests aren't over. The resistance won't disappear. But neither will your assignment. Neither will your authority. Neither will your anointing. Chosen one. The waiting has sharpened you. The delays have disciplined you. The pressure has prepared you. And now, the wealth isn't just chasing your potential. It's responding to your preparation. If these words speak to your spirit, I want you to anchor your agreement right now. Type, "The delay was divine," in the comments, not for show, not for validation, but as a declaration to heaven and to yourself that you understand now. The process wasn't punishment. It was positioning. You were never falling behind. You were being built to carry what others collapse under. And chosen one, the time is near. The wealth is forming. The doors are aligning. The blueprint within. You is awakening. Stay ready. Stay aligned. Stay with me. There's more to reveal. Chosen one, listen carefully. By now, the signs have been too clear to ignore. The restlessness you've carried, the dreams that won't leave you alone, the quiet knowing deep in your spirit you've always been different because you were never meant to blend in. And the life you've lived so far, every delay, every disappointment, every silent season, it wasn't meant to destroy you. It was designed to prepare you. You've asked why things took so long, why you've been hidden, why the success you envisioned seemed to be for everyone else. But chosen one, your path was never meant to be rushed. When you're carrying something sacred, something as heavy as divine wealth, heaven takes time building the foundation. And now, that foundation within you is strong. You've been stretched. You've been refined. You've been shaped in ways the world couldn't see. And now, the emergence begins. But let me be clear, the billions assigned to your life are not coming because of luck. They're not showing up because of status. They are drawn to the version of you who finally understands the truth. You weren't sent here to survive. You were sent here to lead. You see, wealth is not your master. It is your message. It is the tool entrusted to those who have been tested. In the dark, those who can carry it with integrity, with wisdom, with divine authority. The world doesn't need more billionaires driven by greed. The world needs leaders like you, people who refuse to settle, who use wealth not for personal gain, but for global impact. Chosen one, your spirit never settled because it remembered your assignment. The frustration you felt, the tension. Within you, it wasn't ego. It was preparation. It was your soul refusing to fit into systems you were sent to disrupt. You've been misunderstood. You've been doubted. You've been overlooked. But none of that could cancel what heaven already confirmed over your life. You were chosen for this level. You were trusted with this responsibility. And now, everything that once resisted you is aligning with you. The people who doubted you, they'll watch. The ones who left, they made space. The doors that closed, they protected you. Every no was a redirection. Every delay was design. Every setback was setting you up. And now you feel the shift. The atmosphere is different. The signs are louder. The opportunities are aligning. The billions are no longer distant, they are orbiting your obedience. But hear me, chosen one, the wealth isn't the goal. It's the beginning. It's the resource for rebuilding, for restoring, for funding what fear tried to bury. You were sent to break cycles, to open doors that were shut for generations, to fund dreams buried under poverty, to rewrite the story of what wealth can be. And you carry that blueprint. You've always carried it. You just needed to remember. And now you have. The frustration has turned into fuel. The waiting has built your wisdom. The process has prepared your platform. You're no longer apologizing for your vision. You're no longer shrinking to fit spaces you were sent to change. You're standing as the leader you've always been. You're walking as the chosen one heaven trusted with more. You're moving as the version of you who attracts provision, who draws opportunities, who magnetizes miracles. Chosen one, The billions aren't coming to the old you, the one who doubted, the one who settled, the one who questioned the calling. They're finding the version of you who knows now you're. Wealth was always part of the plan. Your leadership was always written. Your assignment was never random. And the people you were sent to help, they're waiting. The systems you were born to rebuild, they're ready. The spaces you're meant to transform, they're opening. All of it is aligning. And all you have to do is remember, you were never sent to blend in. You were sent to lead.